Hello and welcome to the CoCreators Podcast by Co-Create Work. I'm Lakita Williams.
And I'm Chloe Anderson.
And each week we bring you the real questions we hear from leaders and the conversations we have with our clients and other co-creators. We also share from our late night reflections about what's next. Whether you're navigating a career transition, building a business, leading a team, or simply trying to figure out where to put your energy, we are here to help you think it through. A thing to note is that we believe in co-creation, that you don't have to figure it out all alone, that your best work happens in partnership with others, and that sustainable success comes from leading with intention. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Co-Creators Podcast. And Chloe, our question for this week is, why should I invest in myself?
Yes. And I'm very excited about this episode because it's a little bit different. You might have noticed we didn't have an episode come out last week because we were investing in ourselves.
Yes.
And we were at a retreat with our coach, as well as a whole collective of folk who are part of our coaching collective. So this episode looks a little bit different because we asked them, a few of them, to sit down with us and talk about why investing in yourself is important to them, why they feel like it's an important thing to do. So this episode is going to be a collection of those conversations.
Yes, I love this. And so you listen ahead as you hear from various leaders that we are in collective with, in co-creation with, and why they make that investments in themselves. I was so excited, Chloe, as we had these conversations because we heard such various responses that I think will really resonate with everyone listening, depending on what are you valuing and what's important to you right now.
Yes.
And with
And Lakita, I I think I would love for us to just share briefly, like, what are the reasons that we have invested in ourselves when it comes to like our own coaching, right? So we coach people and we also have our own coach. And I think sometimes people don't see that part, that like not only do we do it, but we fully believe in it and do it for ourselves as well.
And the reason that I make the decision to invest in myself, we talk a lot about wraparound support, and I believe in it so much that we all deserve support across the various areas of our lives. And so something like coaching, and how much and deeply I believe in the power of coaching and how life-changing coaching is, of course, we would engage in coaching. What I like about our collective is not only do we have our coach there, but we also have a collective of leaders who bring such various experiences, backgrounds, and expertise. And so it just provides the perfect level of support for what we are looking for. How about you, Chloe?
Yes, for me, I think it's all of that. And then also, I think this is specific to being in a business partnership, which I think some of our
Yeah.
listeners are in that space. There's something also so powerful about having a coach for our partnership.
Yes.
We have great communication, we have a great partnership, and you can always benefit from someone being in the room with you and
Yes.
helping you think about things differently. And also a level of like when you're on your own, and even though we're in partnership, we're still as an entity, we're on our own,
Yes.
right? Like we don't have a boss, we are the
Mhm.
bosses. Is having I love the level, like it adds a level of accountability.
Yes.
Not that our coaches,
Of
this way
course.
with us and our coachees, it's not like we're our clients, it's not like we're holding them accountable, but there's something about having someone you're saying, here's what I'm going to do.
Hmm.
Here's what I'm working on, that's just in it with you, right?
Yes.
That's partnering with you. And I think that has been, we were making the decision for ourselves, is this the right thing to continue investing in? And not either one of us hesitated. Yes, absolutely. Like this is an investment we're still going to make because we need it for ourselves.
Yes, I love this. And so you heard from me and Chloe. Now on to hearing from the rest of the collective, the members who sat with us on with the show. Hi,
Hi,
Joanne. Thank you so
Lakita.
much for speaking with us today and sharing on the welcome to the Co-Create Work podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here.
So this is Joanne Lee Wagner. She is owner, founder, and CEO of Jewel HR. And Joanne, we've been asking a couple folks from around the collective, why is now and why should a leader make an investment in coaching and personal development and getting that type of support?
Oof, that's such an important question. I feel like there is that old saying that it's lonely at the top is so true.
I love that.
I can't imagine building my business and having it be where it is now without the support of the collective, without the support of both the business coach and the life coach and a therapist. You know, like I have all the support. And that's what it takes.
Yes.
You know, no one can do great things on their own. It always takes a team.
I love that. And I think it's so foundational to the way we think about things in terms of co-creation. I know how you think about things in terms of building community around your business. Will you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been so fun to build my business right now. Because as an HR consultant, it is a really lonely endeavor, but I found that actually by partnering with other consultants who are, you know, doing related work to myself, that it has actually been like the impact that we can make with clients is so much more powerful.
Yes, that's co-creation. I love
Yes.
that. It's like expansion and how
Yes.
much, like even we collaborate on client work and we've been in partnership. If you go to our website, you'll see Joanne there as one of our collaborators. And I think the investment in time in a space like this also helps you to get to know people. And that makes it a little bit easier for that collaboration. Have you found that to be your experience?
Absolutely. I feel like the people who I work with, where the relationship starts with radical, there's this word, radical generosity.
I love that. Yes.
Right? And it's like when you bring that level of spirit in, and you can't have that level of radical generosity with someone you don't trust.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And so I feel like that relationship is so important to then be able to, you know, do work together, to trust that you have my back, to trust that we'll communicate and move together in the work that we do in the world. And so,
yeah, I love that, because I think sometimes we think about investment maybe in just time or in just energy, but it's all of it. It's like putting ourselves in the space where we can communicate and collaborate with other humans, which I feel like you just do so well. So thank you so much for that. If you had to give kind of around this community connection, if you had to give a recommendation to our leaders and founders who are listening to the podcast, what piece of advice or recommendation would you give?
I would say that you can never go wrong by investing in your people and people who can support your people operations, your infrastructure. That feels more important now than ever.
I completely agree with you. Oh, well, Joanne, thank you for making time to be with us. And Joanne, as we mentioned, Joanne is on our website, but Joanne, also, where can people find you if they're looking for support?
Yes, you can reach me on LinkedIn at Joanne Lee Wagner, Jewel HR, JELW. It's a little tricky.
I love it.
But it's acronyms for my initials, you know, so it made it easy for me.
I love it. Thank you so much, Joanne.
Great, thank you.
One of the things we always say is thank you for your leadership. So thank you for your leadership and what you're doing in the world.
Thank you.
Now we're here with Jessica Samet, who has also been part of this retreat that we're on this week. And we're going to ask her the same question we've been asking, which is, why is it important to invest in yourself?
Like, even hearing you ask that question, it feels like I feel like I go immediately back to my old self with like, why would I invest in myself? That was not even an option
Okay.
that like I considered until I did it.
So what made you do it?
Yeah, I think like I didn't even realize. I don't think I knew why at the time. Like I just felt this like urge or conviction or whatever to like finally do something for me. I mean, like I think like so many of us at this retreat, we've like been the leaders in our lives for probably our whole lives.
Lives. For sure.
And just never, and like wore that as a badge of honor of like, I am the leader, I'm the helper, I'm the fixer, I will solve all of your problems, you know?
I think so many people can relate to that,
yes,
for sure.
And it's so nice to like relinquish that for 1 second. It's such a relief. I feel like the feeling of support, the feeling that I think so many have felt because of me all these years, like I finally feel it.
That is
and
magical.
it is a feeling that I never want to not feel. I'm better in my job. My business exists because I invested in myself.
Amazing. And as you think about that first step, that first investment in yourself, what did that, you talked about relief, but I'm curious, like what tangible things do you feel like that changed for you?
I think like, and I needed to be like convinced to do this, but you know, like it's almost like a start. I mean, my business was very new, and it's just it's like now built into my budget, and it's not a luxury. It's like it doesn't feel like a luxury anymore. It feels like something that is mandatory.
That's part of your business planning, part of your budget, part of your strategy.
Yes, it's like part of the development of my business is like
support
for me.
Yeah, amazing. And I totally, like Women on the Street, totally forgot to say, Jessica, what is your business?
I have an art studio in Houston, Texas, and it's called Sunshine Art Space. And we do arts and crafts and making for the sake of making, and all open-ended processes. And it's just as much about like community building and creating a safe space and magical experiences than it is about like learning technical art skills. So,
I love that.
Yeah, it's the dreamiest.
I love it. And one of the things that I've really appreciated about seeing you and being in community with you is watching how ideas come, and then the support of this collective, the support of your coaches has helped you like just take those ideas to the next level. And that's been amazing. And I'm wondering, like, how do you feel like coaches have helped you in that way?
I think I very often just get in my head and, you know, like think like, I can't do that. You know, like I'll have this huge idea that, I would have never acted on if I didn't have a person just helping. I mean, we map out basic steps together, but we also map out huge steps together, and one step at a time. And it just makes everything so much more digestible and doable. And it takes so much of the fear out of, like creating something out of nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not scared at all to do what I want.
That is amazing. Jessica does what she wants.
I do. And that is like, that came from this.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. And something that we always say is thank you so much for your leadership.
Okay.
Being in community.
Ditto.
So in this episode, we have been talking about the reason that you should invest in yourself as a leader. And I am honored to be here with our friend, our fellow Seattleite, Christy Renee, who's owner and founder of the Ladies Room. And so Christy, why are you making an investment in yourself? I know you invest in a lot of different ways. We're here together on the collective retreat. We work together as clients. Why is investing in yourself important for leaders?
I have found that it's so important to invest in yourself, take time for yourself, because how can you give to your staff, to your community, your business community, if you yourself are not filled up? So taking that time, resetting is so important.
Oh, I love that. What do you feel like has been tangible this week, since we've been here for several days, that you are going to use going back into the business that connects with this piece around community and supporting your team?
Yes. One thing that I would love to start practicing is more gratitude. And I do have moments of my day that I have and are filled with gratitude. And I would love to bring that to our staff and start practicing that act of gratitude with each other.
Oh, I love that. This week, one of the things that we did was celebrate our wins. That's a big part of our practice as well.
Yes.
I'm curious for us and for everyone listening, what win are you celebrating right now?
Ooh, I am celebrating the win of listening to my intuition, which can be very difficult, and trusting that, trusting your inner voice. And it's so important, just like taking the time for yourself, but listening to yourself, being quiet and calm and still. And it's so hard, but it's necessary.
Yes, I love that. I feel like it has come about as a result of making the space and making the time to invest. Do you agree with that, or what are your thoughts about that?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
It's that practice of how do we get still, right? Like get still, be still, and then the answer will come in.
Yes.
When you think about the investment that you are making for your leadership, for supporting your team, supporting yourself, what do you see as the possible return on an investment like this?
I there is no price
set number. Yeah.
Invaluable.
Yeah.
There are things, moments in my career, especially this year, that I could have not done without the support of you, Chloe, Co-Create Work, and those other coaches, a life coach that I work with, that I couldn't have done without y'all.
Yeah. Oh, that's so gracious for you to say. You're fantastic, and all of the impact that you have on the community and the transformation that you're making in people's lives by the business. And one of the things is, like, investment like this and coaching and support allows businesses to stay open, because I think we have seen a lot of businesses shutter because people just get burnt out. And it's okay to close a business. We're definitely not arguing against that. But what if there was something that you had in place that allowed you to keep going? And that's something like pouring into yourself.
Yes.
I know you have a brick and mortar, right? Ladies' room is a space that people can walk into. What do you think that makes that in particular, like, maybe more prone for burnout than places that maybe the business is completely online?
Yes. More for burnout. I think there are times, because I have a team, and so you are being, I don't know the correct word, I want to say hit, but from different angles and different people, and it's constant. And when I walk into our business, it's also staff and the community, our guests.
Yes.
It's not a solo effort. So the burnout is real, and that's why I seek coaches like y'all and being on this retreat.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think it's something I wanted to name, like, how important your work is, because it allows people to walk into a physical space and to get rejuvenated. And I know that takes a lot of energy.
Yes.
So I think if someone like you, who runs a place that people walk into, can take time away to invest in their self, it just highlights how important that is. And really, one thing I love about you is you don't make excuses. Like, you get shit done.
No, let's get to it.
And so if you can make that happen, right, that we all might reprioritize and make sure that we can invest and take care of ourselves. I love it. So if there's something you want to leave a leader with who's listening to the call today, what would you leave them with?
Ooh, listen to yourself. You need help, and it's okay. And I think that's one of the barriers that I had is I can do this by myself. I can do this on my own. You can, and you're gonna be tired and you're gonna burn out. And it is okay to ask for help. It's almost a necessity.
Yes.
We all need help.
Yeah. We deserve support.
And it's coaching and it's uplifting, and things that you don't see will come out, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. I love it.
And your business is going to thank you for it.
Period. So you got a word from Christy. Christy, one thing we love to say is thank you for your leadership. So thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
And if you are local to Seattle, or besides that, even visiting, make yourself over to Greenwood and go enjoy the day at the ladies' room and say hi to Christy.
Yes.
If she's there, because she might be investing in herself.
I love it.
Welcome back. We're here now with Bridget Anderson, who is the founder and executive chef of the Free Spirit Kitchen. Bridget, thank you for joining us. As you know, as we've been talking to other ladies in the room, we are asking the question, why is it important to invest in yourself as a business owner or leader?
It's so valuable for so many reasons. It took me a while actually to discover the importance of pouring into myself and to taking care of myself at the next level. It wasn't something that I was taught, and it was something that I learned by being around other business owners. And it didn't really click for me at first because, like a lot of business owners, when we first start, we're just trying to make it work, right? We're just trying to, bring some dollars in and trying to figure it out. But then I got to this place where I was around other women who were further along than me, and it was a consistent conversation. And I thought, well, there must be something about this. So I slowly started to do that for myself. And for me, it was just giving myself yoga daily.
Okay, so starting with
it was just that self-care of I'm doing this every day because I moved my body and I helped clear my mind, and I started to notice a difference, and I thought, oh, okay, this is what they're talking about. It was just a drop.
Yeah.
But that's where I realized it. And then as my business grew and I grew as a person and an owner and a woman, I realized getting that help, that coaching, really changed the trajectory of my business and my life, right? Because everything's connected.
Yeah. Tell me, how would you say it changed the trajectory? What was the impact on you?
I think the biggest impact, it gave me the ability to really dream big.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Because before, in my own mind, I would have these big ideas, but in that I didn't realize I had limiting beliefs. And with the coaching, they were helping me to just make those discoveries. And as those discoveries came, I could work on them. And then realizing that the dreaming big wasn't crazy. It was meant for me.
Yeah. And you could really take things and run with it, which you've done, right?
Yeah.
And we've just met because Bridget's new to this collective. So we've been talking, and I've loved hearing your story about this dream of moving from Sacramento to Santa Cruz, and how did support help you make that happen?
Oh, the support made me helped because it was a big dream for us. It had been in my husband and I's heart for 28 years. And if you know anything, the cost of living in Santa Cruz is very high. And we knew that. And there are certain people who loved us, and they loved us with a warning, right? Which I understand that was about love and concern, but staying connected with the coaching helped remind me that no, it can be done. We can create strategies, that it could be figured out.
Yeah.
And that's it's really imperative. My husband and I were in line, and we knew it as a couple, but I had to move my business. I had to essentially rebuild my business, and it's scary.
Yeah.
But because I knew that I already had a roadmap, and I'd already been through it before, that it would actually be clear. The map could change for where I was going.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exactly brand new, that I could do it again.
And I think you've highlighted something so important when you mentioned, like, we talked to other people and they were like, It's like so often what we've seen with our clients is they have people who want to support them, who are part of their worlds, but don't necessarily have this skill set and have their own fears and their own limiting beliefs. So that's one thing that I think can be so helpful in coaching, is you have someone who knows how to help you through those limiting beliefs, is dreaming big with you, right? In partnership with you. Because I do think people in our lives, they're well-meaning and it's not their area of expertise, right? Like, they don't know your business intimately. You're not having those deep conversations. I feel like that, at least as I've seen, like, that's something that's been so helpful from a coaching perspective.
No, you're exactly right. And that's what it is. And sometimes, you just need somebody who's a little outside of your personal life, who can help you see from that third party perspective, and where you go, oh yeah. And even though that my husband and I were doing this together, it's still, we're a unit, we're a team. And even it was helpful in that, like, wait a minute. Having and being able, even though the conversation maybe was about business, but it actually got brought into our personal life too. So I think it's even broader than what most people
And
think.
I do think that, like, you started talking about yoga and you talked about this transition and this move, and I think sometimes also we think about coaching as like just for the business, but we are whole people, right? And so coaching isn't just about the business. Support isn't just for the business, it supports your entire life.
100%.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, we always like to say thank you for your leadership, and we want to thank you for your leadership. And if you are in the Santa Cruz area and looking for an amazing personal chef, Bridget's company, check it out. You can find them online.
Yes, at thefreespiritkitchen.com.
Perfect.
Or you can find us on Instagram at our handle at the Free Spirit Kitchen.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Bridget.
We hope today's conversation gave you something to think about, and more importantly, something you can use. If this episode resonated with you, we'd love for you to share it with another leader, entrepreneur, or friend who might benefit from hearing it. And for additional resources, frameworks, and tools related to our topic, please be sure to subscribe to our newsletter at CoCreatWork.com. And of course, if you have any question you'd like us to explore in a future episode, we would love to do that. So please send it to podcast@CoCreatWork.com. As always, thank you for being here, and thank you for your leadership.